This is by the culture, with the culture, for the culture. And right now, we've got my guy, very special guy, very, very, very underrated in this game, and not underrated by, I wouldn't say by your own doings. It's like, it's just the way the game is, and doesn't get the utmost respect of someone that has just done it from start to finish.
100.
And from that, I'll even just go straight into it and tell you how I know Jaja and I met Jaja, and how I've seen him elevate from one place to another, and then he can go into and tell us where he's at and what he's doing. But when did we buck? Like 96, 97?
Yeah, 96. I was 5 years old.
You was 5 years old.
And I'll come into the thing now, and you're 5 years old, I'm 5 foot. You get what I'm saying? And then I don't know why, but it's like everyone. I think you was one of the oldest on the wing, and I might be one of the youngest.
I was the oldest here.
Yeah. So, but everyone that comes from South London, and this is no excitement because you're here, bro. Everyone that comes in from South London, they're coming to Jaja. No matter where they're from. No matter where they're from. Even if I'm, because these are the times where everyone from South was from Brixton.
You
know that.
Man weren't even from Brixton. Man was just saying like, where you from? Like, Brixton. You see where Brixton is? Nowhere near there, but just to say Brixton, they had to. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm saying, bro, no, this guy's just a fish with this guy, and I don't even know because I'm not gonna go deep into our stories and this, that, and the other. But we just talk to each other straight away. Like, do you get what I'm saying? From 2 different boroughs, from 2 different areas. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And I'll never forget, I'm sure I even told you, like, the guy left me like 4.5 ounces of burn. Golden Virginia.
Nice, you up.
Bro, nice me. Went home and was like, yeah, hold that, like, live your life. Because he's selling it on the wing, he's the man. So it's like, take over the strip. Do you know what I'm saying? I was like, no, bro. And the way a man can look after you in the bin can really take you back and make you understand, like, you're in the worst circumstances and someone's checking for you. Don't know you from Adams. So, long story short, I think you left, I left, come home, and we was at Temple. As I was saying to you, we was at Temple. I'll never forget. We come back with our little mopeds, we got our little 6-ounce chain, and this guy, this is like 98. This guy's in a like Audi convertible. Like just, and I'm saying no. And always, just like now, just like me, bro, always that same smile, that same vibe. Just cool, bro. Like no excitement. Guys come all the way from Brixton, you know, to come to North London. This is a North London Temple. And we're there and I'm saying, no, man. And long story short, to even cut out the whole longness of it, anytime we've met or been on a certain level or and times ain't even been right out there and everyone's just all over the place. It's just always been, do you get what I'm saying? Like full 100. And even from that, I could say this guy's come from burglaries, like from the OGs knowing him, from bank robberies, like when we was thinking, bloody hell, how these guys getting in banks? How are they even building up the balls? Because we just about got the balls to go into a shop. Do you get what I'm saying? Or do certain things, and for people not to know that I'm saying that because for people not to know that you've gone past them levels and that you've actually done the major levels that other guys really ain't done. And there's guys out here getting respect for the most minor of things.
And you know, man should point out as well your temperament. You're very like humble. Like I know man on the road they done like 1 or 2 little stabbings, but they're moving like psycho, you understand? Like all these things,
I always say to people, a lot of that struggle, man, that coming up was a real struggle. It wasn't man was doing it for a reason. It wasn't just like, well, man, just out here doing that. It was like, well, man, there was a purpose behind it. Everything was, there was something he was doing. It was always an aim. You always had like your mum in the background, the empty food cupboards, or you know, you had like your brothers need trainers for school, or you need school uniform. There was always something behind it. I'm saying to you, so all that was always there. It wasn't, the man wasn't like some mad dance you. Man grew up properly, you know them ones, man, there's respect, like we had all the foundations there.
Yeah.
I always remember my foundations of manners, respect your elders, standard. Like I'm saying to you, even this man's like a crackhead, I always look at that elder first, like, well, but he's an elder though.
Yeah.
That comes in straight away. That comes in straight away.
Yeah.
So even if someone's a crackhead or something,
Dope way of saying that as well.
I don't even worry about them to say the crackhead is a crackhead, but he's an elder still. I've always had that.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, always had that.
I think the younger generation are not like that. Like more or less everything you just said, they are not like that.
That's what's to come up. That was part of when you come up a certain way. You get like that. As I'm saying, it is what it is. Yeah. So I just went through the whole stages of. To see, just grew up through like whether it's car thefts and burglaries and just going up and just trying to get more cheddar. We're thinking, okay, this is only paying me this much, so I need to do this to get. We're trying to elevate. So it's like it was growing. It's like growth, but it's just in the criminal world of it. So we're always trying to elevate. Yeah, that's what it was.
You go from theft
to
burglary.
That's what it is.
From burglary to robbery. From the handbag snatch robbery. You know robbery's got about 3 levels. It's like the little handbag snatch, then it's got the little shops, then it's got the travel agents, the post office, the bank. You know what I'm saying? But it's like with that, you have to learn. Do you get what I'm saying? And so even what you're saying, where you're so humble, bro. You come from a world where I know surroundings have humbled you. Friends going to jail has humbled you. Friends dying, that's humbled you. Like, do you get what I'm saying? It ain't come from nowhere, the humbleness, because no, not even like, because I know we're from a world where we don't like going back. But I remember a wild Jaja. Do you get what I'm saying? But still, all wild, but will still help your mum with her back.
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? So there's always that respect there.
You have to have that.
Always, bro. Even when you're in a bad stages and you're on a bad vibe, like, there's always been that respect there.
You have to have that. I think that level, especially for me, growing up, there was always hustling and doing stuff. But I always used to like watch and observe and hear things and things. That's how even I transitioned from like going through the roles.
I was just gonna talk to you. Transition.
I'm saying to you,
but just gonna say that to you.
Each level I went through, there was a transition. So even from like the burglary stages, so there's always someone I looked at and said, well, like, what's he doing? Like, then someone say, well, he's doing very well. Like, well, I remember for South London, there was a major transition in like the era from where it went from like doing like selling drugs or whatever to going into bank robberies. That was an era like. Quazzo, Medici, Quincy was one of the
But bro,
he's one
just as you said that, I hate when I see people, just why we even spoke about before, even just to go quickly onto something about the sneakball part, so not to forget where we're coming from. Like, just the respect. I hate when I see people doing interviews and I don't hear your name or I don't hear Cube's name. Like, do you get what I'm saying? It's like, respect what come before you, but go ahead.
Anyone that comes from like Brooks and they talk about history and don't mention Quincy, that's fake. That's because he was one of those people that played a major part in the transition of enough young people's lives, especially for our generation, especially for getting money. Like that tradition where you like raw like making grands. Like he was one of the trendsetters of by him being such a like advanced and doing certain things, he gave other people the opportunity on the streets to kind of make money. That's real. That's for a whole generation. And if anyone doesn't acknowledge that, it's fake. Yes, you have to be.
Yeah, but that's what I think about both of you.
That's what it is.
Like it's just, and no one, as I said to you, no one's not asking for nothing. As you just said that, just acknowledgement.
Exactly, and that's what
just,
it is.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And I don't think there's enough of that going around, bro. It's like we live in a world where people want to talk to you.
That's the UK scene itself, like kind of what we're explaining. You see that in the States and them place there, there's man like from foundation, man respect them from the ground up, from the little ones to man that's even older than them. You see over here, especially I say my generation kind of
legendary status isn't respected as much in United Kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. Car now they kind of look at it as like raw, especially man my age group. Everyone my age that was kind of involved in this team, they're kind of beginning to just sign up. So man that's starting, a lot of man will say raw, they don't care. But the guys that are kind of like the youth them now, like the youths doing drill and they don't care about man. That's my age. You feel me? We're only 5, 6 years older than them. So from your like decades older than them, they see you as like you're not in their world. You feel me? So in the UK, I think there's that disconnect.
And that's ultimate. That's a big disadvantage of the street culture.
100%.
You have to. Coming from somewhere, you have to know your history. You have to know where you come from. You have to know the steps that was taken. Like what I was saying, Tricky. Imagine if I see if a young you comes from Hackney, he goes to someone and says, "Oh," they say, "Where you from?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from Hackney." People like, "Oh yeah, I know about Hackney. Yeah, that's real." But who made it real? Who made that reputation like that? That were people before you that put work in. I say so. You have to respect those on before you. Because that's what's making you have that thing where like, well, he's from that ends, no, like, yeah, man, they automatically give you respect.
Yeah,
not because of you, no, because of people that are put in before you.
So you've got to show respect to that.
You have to show respect to that. You have to show respect to the past of those people that are putting the work. I'm saying to you, and that's standard. You have to respect the whole come up, the journey. You have to understand the journey. It's like music with say you got into hip hop. You can't come into hip hop and not know the people before you. You have to know.
But that's what I feel is very, very, and we're going to get onto that because that's what I feel is very brushed under the carpet as well. You know, we don't have no legends. We don't have no Dipset.
Like I said, we don't have no. It's everybody wants to be the guy in it. Like no one wants to.
But you can still be the guy and rate the guy before you. You know, you can be the guy and rate the guy before you.
Starting to see that now a bit in it, but before. It's always like the new kids on the block. It's like fuck the guys before me.
Yeah. Well, that's the attitude of today. But I don't like that attitude. But let it come from a very credible source. Do you get what I'm saying?
But there's not one thing I have to say. There's not a lot of guys like you lot, your generation. You feel me? Car. I remember I see a video on your Instagram a while ago. You said it's like the older guys are chatting to the young youths. But it's like they're hating on them. So you see how you can sit here and say, "Rah, I done this and I done that," and you can see the young youths doing their thing and saying, "Bro, young boy, I see you doing your thing, but just try rare thing." Exactly. But there's other guys in your generation just like,
I know him probably. He probably wouldn't put his story onto another young nigga. Do you get what I'm saying? Because then it shows you that thing as I was talking about. It goes into the part of competition. To where you start competing with them. And this is all the youths don't want. They don't want us to compete. Don't compete with us. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you're big bro. You compete with us and then you're bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? But what I didn't want to come off of, because you mentioned it is the transition. How hard, like, have you found that transition? Because I know, and you see what it is, bro? You see, like, you're coming from university and you make that transition. I don't mind when they rate all black youngsters for making the transition. But understand there's levels to the transition. And understand that the deeper a man was in this thing, the harder it is to get out. He was well deep. How can he be the head of something and get out of that in a year? How can you, bro? It's harder. So
the transition for me, the transition was mad hard because we was thick in. We was the streets. So to and at the time when I was coming out of the gaming bar, it wasn't cool to just do that. So it was like, well, I can just come out and
remember them times you couldn't just walk away.
You just walk away that road and talk about you're gonna go legal. I'll say to you. So them times there wasn't a thing where you could just switch. You have to kind of like you have to be brave them times there. I'm saying to you. So I was always like, I just had it in me, you know what, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make it positive. I was always 10 years ahead of myself, so I saw what's happening now in the scene back then.
I'm gonna admit that to you, bro. I'm telling you, the guy was driving an Audi convertible in 1997, 98. He was, and not even gonna make you lose your point, he was well ahead of the game, I believe. Like, so, yeah.
So when I come out of jail the second time in 2004, I was saying to everyone about labels and podcast shows, and this is the new way we're going. This is the new wave. They was like, what? Yeah. What are you talking about, Jazz man? Nah, Jazz man. He was in jail for too long. I'm saying, nah, fam. Trust me. Legal business, labels, and all this kind of stuff, and artist management, and our own businesses. That's the future. I was like, what? Man, not understand. That's just how it goes.
You're probably in a thing of like, if it's just you, you're cool. Do you know that? Have you ever thought that to yourself? If this was just about me and I was a very selfish, you understand what I'm saying? I'll be gone. I'm cool. Because, like, do you get what I'm saying? I'm comfortable within myself to go and do things. So I know, like, a lot of the things that you've done over the time has been with your city in mind.
Exactly.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I was even saying to Lips the other day, bro, you don't
mention Brixton without thinking of you, bro.
Yeah.
None of my guys did. Like, you get what I'm saying?
A lot of people always say that, yeah.
You don't, bro, and I'm mentioning that in the nicest way, bro. Like, do you get what I'm saying? The phrase of Brixton in a nice way, and I'm thinking, and I can see things that I'm thinking, right, this guy, I can see from time, while man was on the road, bro, like, do you get what I'm saying? Trying to make this transition and making people understand
I always think it's no what is here. We need, I've always seen like, you know, we need platforms in our community. We need, it's community based. I've always understood that, like, we need to do things together. Like, that's from a young youth, I've always had that in my head, like, right, for progress, we need to do, like, one man can't do it. We need to do it as a team and a community, and I've always understood that. So I've always had that element behind everything I do. I always know that you need the elders, the mids, and the youngers.
Yeah.
You need a whole set of people in order to go forward on a big scale. I'm saying to you, and when you miss out any of those generations, when you miss out something, it goes wrong. You need all of that. That's like man saying, well, when they took out the element of you going to your granny for Sunday dinner. That shouldn't get taken out. You still need that Sunday dinner. You need to get cussed on the Sunday dinner table. Like, you're acting up in school, your granny will cuss you. You still need that element. You're saying to you, you still need that. You still need it. You need all those elements, and saying to you, you need to be able to adapt, speak to young youths, and get insight of the new generation. You need to learn from they're saying, wow, that's not cool no more. This is how we do things now. Like, wow, don't lie. Oh, you don't use laptops no more. No, we use some space thing now. You're like, oh, okay. So you need the youngers as well. Exactly. So you need all of us. It has to be a unit in order to. And I've understood that, and that's what's helped. That helped my transition. See, when man was mad for me when I was transitioning, I always knew that. Well, you know what? You're gonna be mad. You're mad now, but see, in like 15 years, you're gonna come and shake my hand. I understood that, and that's what kept me always saying. I said, well, you know what? You're mad at me now if you don't understand. But in the future, you're gonna understand, and you're gonna come and shake my hand. And I'm saying, I remember, and what happened years on the line. Enough man come and said, Jaj, shake your hand. You know what? I remember you said this, and now I understand what you're talking about. Now I get it. But that was like, they come 15 years later. But that's all it was. I was way ahead of my time. I say to you, that's all it is. So now everyone's branding and building business. I'm smiling. When I see him, I'm like, oh, dope. Got his shop, or he's got that, and he's doing this and he's doing that. I'm like, yeah, that's the level. I'm trying to tell the young youths as well, because it's not about like, I don't never compete with the young youths. You can't compete with the young youths. They're like my little brothers. I'm saying, don't compete with my little brother. I'm saying to you, I want you to grow. I want you to be better than me. I want you to be better than me. I'm saying to you, he's not competing. You got to be better than me. I'm saying to you, because we made the mistakes now. Like, I can show you the mistakes I made. Like, there's holes in the floor there, holes in the floor there. Now I can tell you to miss the hole. I'm saying to you, and that's what it is. So that we need to make sure we always got that relationship with the young people. And I was saying to Trish, remember that I was saying a young youth said to me the other day, you know, like I saw a couple of young youths and I drove out and I got out of my car and I went back to them and said, well, you're not all good, and we were chatting to them, and one of them said to me, well, Jaj, do you know what, you're one of the only elders that sees man come out the car and talk chats to man. Like that, and I was thinking, well, at the time I didn't really click on, but then I drove off and I was thinking, well, that's kind of deep.
That's mad. That's what I'm saying. This young generation, there's a disconnect. Like, even the situations they're in, like for instance, even young youths that I know, they'll be warring like areas that man from my side is alright with, you understand? But still, man ain't trying to get involved. There's like a disconnect. You understand?
And man should be getting involved.
Of course.
That's what we speak to them.
Man should be chatting to them.
Nothing problems we've got squashed long time, you know. If the elders got involved, they said, right, you know what, fam, you know what? I'm gonna phone my brethren, and we're gonna bring you to. We're gonna bring to. We're gonna meet up in somewhere else. We're gonna meet in Colchester or something. Random round, and we're gonna have a conversation. Say to you, like, you imagine that the guy you're beefing, like me and his brother went to school together. Do that's my best friend. Like, you know that. See if you die, do like our family are gonna get a funeral.
Exactly. See, and that's what these youths.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all it takes is a conversation.
It's a conversation.
Like, man don't want to do it, like we was explaining before. Man don't want to do it until it's their cousin or their little brother that gets.
What was I saying to you that I said before he even came, bro? Exactly. You only get involved when it's you. Exactly. But there's some people like that will get involved off of their own back because I want it, because I'm trying to prevent this going left further. You get what I'm saying?
There's not enough of that. What's going on now, and you can see that the numbers don't lie. This year's been a madder year than recent.
But bro, as I said to John, you know what it is, bro? Olders have turned their back, and all everyone thinks is, as long as man don't touch me, you know. That's all man thinks.
Do you know what I mean?
So if if I'm doing that, he's doing that, and everyone's doing that, who's staying there? And as I said, like, if you got a whole load of youngers, yeah, and you leave the road or you leave your little ones in your house and you go away for 2 days, they'll wreck your yard, bro. If they're 3, 4, 5, and 6 years old, they're gonna wreck your house. Do you get what I'm saying? And you come back 2 days later, this is what it is, but within years. Man, I come back to the roads 10 years later after these men who was 18, 28, have been running the roads for the last 10 years doing a whole lot of madness. While everyone's just been, and it's not even been like that because it's been the older niggas have been trying to get their own life together.
That's what it is, exactly.
So they're like fathers that have been missing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, where's daddy been? Like, do you get what I'm saying? You got nothing to learn from. But back in the day, as I was saying to him, bro, you see the guy with a convertible went on 19 or whatever, you thinking, no, I'm learning from him. He's going hard. Even the mistakes he makes, you're making these mistakes. You're going to jail just like he went.
Pretty just saying, you see them day when you said you met Judge in jail, how old was you?
I must have been like, I think I was 15, just about to be 16.
I was like 17.
17,
See youths that's 15 now, 17, you know what they're learning from? Social media. That's the examples that they have. Like, it's not real. You understand? Like you said, you have to see Judge in that convertible.
Real people. Real life.
You saw him on the wing. He gave you that bird. You saw the respect in it. Now, a youth will make a tune or whatever, bare million views. Youths at home are thinking he's the guy, he's the one. That's what and that's where the disconnect starts. Cause even a man my age will see that. I'm 26. I see that and just think, he did that thing. So a lot of them, when we say the oldest are turning their back, it's not really out of spite or
no, that's what I was saying. That. 100%.
A lot of the time it's just, you know what, this is an idiot.
Yeah, bro.
Can't even be involved.
I don't know how to approach it. I always said to man, you see when like I'm on the roads and you might be running shit and doing something, you see once I couldn't control everything and everyone around me.
There you go.
Like that's when I'm out.
The beginning
if I can't go in the when I'm going in there, I'm going in there with 20 man, bro. Believe the wildest man in there, I can control him. Because I never rolled with anything I couldn't control. Because once you do that, that's how you end up with cases and boom.
That's what man see.
Once you lose the control, nothing man will tell you that. Bro, I don't roll with my man, bro. I can't control him no more, bro.
That's what going on now. That's what's going on now. These youths are wrapping each other up. And man that are not even mad at like 2-3 years older than them, you know. I just, you know what, boy, if I do make that phone call that could implement man in a
but bro, you've been gone for like 5 to 10 years, how can you come back and start giving rules and regulations? All the niggas just come on the way,
that's another.
Shut up, man!
After
you've been driving past us on your friends daily, you're mocking us, bro. Shut up, man. You know, and they immediately, like, because the youths are very forgetful. You cannot be on the block for a weekend and be like, he's not from here no more. 1 week I've been there, like, like that time. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's very quick.
They need
to forget history.
It's because they need they need that mentor. They need to know that relation. They need to have that contact with you, that communication. So not easy. See if you say you know, and you just message him like, I hope you're good today, family. I say it like, I hope you're blessed, have a good day. Bam. See if you do that, and they know they won't think that. But it's because they don't get that. Like the elders don't even. There's no communication.
Bro, I see you showing love to all different sorts of guys in your borough. And it just makes me smile. I'm saying, you know what? Like, I don't even think he knows how powerful it is when you're doing this, bro. Like, do you get what I'm saying? When I say powerful, I mean, even to that person, you know, sometimes even replying to a man, you know how powerful that, like, a man's watched you for years and fucked with you for time and you just reply to him. Do you get what I'm saying? And show him love where he knows that, you got much better things to be doing right now. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's why I always see. I understand the importance of that car. You know what is it? No certain man say, them youths not for my ends though. I'm like, bro, I see all the youths my brothers. I'm like that. I got a man that is in jail now from Hackney. He phones me all the time. Look, you. I'm saying to you, me and him built up a little vibe from Facebook days, you know. And he's saying, I responded back to him. He's like, bro, Judge, responded back, and I chat to him now. I'm saying to you, that's my little brother, and that's how I see all the youths. I got youths in Birmingham, Manchester. They will tell you all over the UK that they phone me and I chat to them. They ask me all like advice and I chat to them.
Just to give that time, it's so powerful as well.
You don't have to give them money or nothing, just time. Just a little, they might want a little advice, like, Judge, how do I do this? Judge, how do I sort my PRS? how do I sort out my room? I said, yeah, here it is. Phone me tomorrow, I'm gonna go on the phone, hour, I'm gonna just go through it. Boom, straight. And it's just little things like that. That's all it is, and that's what a lot of the man them don't put back into the youth. And that's why the youth them don't have respect for them. It's just little things. Man think, but I ain't got no money to give them. It's not money.
Yeah, they don't want that.
It's not the money. It's your time. It's your time. Some little advice. Some of them might be having girl problems. They might want a little advice. Like, well, when you had a girlfriend, like, well, what did you do when this happened? That's all it is. You give them that advice, they'll respect that forever.
Yeah.
Like, Rod, you know that he done this, went home that day, and me and my girl are cool, and since then, our relationship's been banging. Because you gave me that advice. So he's going to respect you just for that one advice. You didn't give him no money.
100%.
That's what it is.
100%.
And that's why I think people don't understand that it's just time.
Yeah.
That's it. These youths on the road now take time. If I was young, I'll be doing drill.
Yeah, it's exactly.
If I was young, I would be doing drill. If I was a young youth now, I'll be doing drill.
Exactly. That's what it is.
If I was a young youth, I swear down. If I was a young youth and in their time, I'll be doing drill, ballet, everything, same thing.
So when did? Because I remember around the times, innit? So when did you start the whole? Like, because they even need to know this, bro, because I think it's so forgotten. Like when these guys were in front of on DVDs and like start the whole music. Because I know you always, like, from my point of view, it was always music and a movement before gang.
Exactly.
I know everyone saw gang and used to get.
And
I know my guy, like, I was thinking, no man, he's with. Yes. I know. They're drillers and they're crazy and this, that and the other, but he's controlling them in a different way. Do you get what I'm saying? I saw that.
I had a different vision. I always had a different vision. Everyone always knew that.
I know that.
My thing was different. It wasn't gang related. Like, well, we're coming from this and we're trying to get to there now. We're trying to move forward. And I'm trying to create something. And I think the scene was just getting created. Remember, so there was like PC, Mashtown, North Star. There was the Peckham ones. There was So Solid just came out with their thing. They've blown that place. So it was still new, remember?
Yeah.
For Roadman them, like everyone's like, Roadman them on TV and Roadman like, but these men are really road. Yeah. But they're really like, no way. Like this is real Roadman, and that's what we was in that time. SMS, all of us, everyone was in that time of that was Roadman, and so doing music and like, wow, what these men are doing.
Any man doing music was coming from a serious space. When you see people behind them, you know it's coming from a serious space.
Remember,
so the DVDs, see the DVDs them times, there's a DVD, there was hardly any fake man on the DVDs. The DVDs were serious, no?
Yeah, when you watch them now, you know.
See all them DVDs and shit that you're talking about, that's like what shaped my generation, you feel me? That's what we grew up watching, you understand? But that's what I'm saying with that disconnect. So, because you lot did that, I say my generation didn't. And the youths that's moving mad now are the ones that's after us.
Yes.
And that's why they're moving how they're moving. You see, you lot's thing was more organised, it was serious. You see when you was making transitions, you was transparent with it, it was blatant. So we was here, now we're here, innit? We're elevating, you put yourself on telly. Went kind of corporate, you understand? Whereas my generation now is kind of like, raw. Man's getting to the age where it's a bit mad. Man just gonna sign out. It's like, right, these young youths are reckless, man can't even deal with it. And it's like, now they're killing each other, I don't even want to deal myself. You understand? And that's what's going on now. You understand? But there's all these youths doing drill, bro, they're from area, I know enough of these drill youths, they're older brothers, and I even ask them, like, what's going on? Like, you're from there, like, you don't know. I'm hearing these youths talking about Rarity in the tune, right? You can't chat to them, bro.
Yeah.
And you know the worst thing is, fam, I can kind of relate. I can't even blame a man too tough.
No,
but at the same time, like I said, if a man's to get involved in certain things, like you said, a man's just gonna.
But there's some bad seeds out there. Don't get me wrong, bro. There's some bad seeds out there. Don't listen to a nigga like me, 100%. I knew this one, bro. Shut up, bro. So, but you know the ones to talk to. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, all through your life, you deal with bad seeds. As I was even saying, you're doing music, and you know you got a whole lot of bad seeds, but you can control them.
You know what it is?
And control them in the right way. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, what you were saying before is that you influence who you can. And I think what you realise is that you can influence a lot of people and you ran with it. And I think that's a vibe that a lot of men can't catch. Because there's enough men that could have been maybe not done it like you, but that were in a position where they were respected, where they could have turned back to the youth and said, yo, this is the way.
The key thing is that I think a lot of the man them, they don't approach you like little brothers. They approach them like
And that's how I think that Bobo like looks at you as a big brother. And as I said, there's no competition. I'm not competing with you, my little bro.
Exactly.
Go and live your life. Do what you're doing. But you know when you're putting a little pressure on them and boom, boom, they don't want competition. They want big bro. They don't want brother. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. No, that's big bro, man.
Exactly.
Yo, my brother.
Exactly.
No, we're not trying. For a minute you want the respect of big bro and then you want to be their brother. Exactly. Like when you're competing, they don't want competition. That's all the youths don't want.
Exactly.
Like if you want the respect to say like, Ray, I've done this before, don't act like you want to do it now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's as simple as that.
A lot of the men will do, they'll say, oh, these are fake. When I was young,
that's what it is.
Bro, let me tell you, I always tell man, even the young bucks, any older G who starts any sentence with back in my day, you know, walk away from him, bro. I will tell you facts, walk away from this guy. Anyone who starts a line like that, I'm saying, you know what, they don't want to hear that, bro, because you know what, you gotta realise, it's proper not your day. And this is why, man, because even man that say that, it's like, oh, it sounds so dumb, because it's definitely not your day, and you understand that it's totally different, so you have to get with the time. Understand that their minds have gone, and you're not nurturing no one no more. You're dealing with like finished articles, bro. These men are finished articles. This is how they're going now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because man weren't there to nurture.
So say a young youth wants to come, if a young youth wants that thing, he'll come to you and say, oh, big bro, see back in the days, what did you used to do for that situation? And you tell him. See, they're going to say, oh, back in my days, like, they don't want to hear that. You're coming on, that's how you compete with me. Because your days you were better than me, and that's competition. But you, as a big brother, you just want to help them. So like, bro, I want to help you. If I want to give you some advice, bro. You're my little brother, like, I say to you, like, bro, see what you do now, here where you're coming from, but here what? See if you're going to try and do this then. I don't want you to go down this road, you get me? Try and do this, this is what's going to happen to you. If they see you talk to them, they're like, you know what, I like my man, he talks to us on a level, that's advice, that's big brother things. Say to you. But other man come sometimes on this competition, this I'm competing with you thing, like, you're fake, I'm real, I had that already, that's a joke thing.
So you know what, okay, cool. So even though we're talking about that, it will kind of get me to even ask you, what do you even think, we might as well ask you while you're here, about the whole drill and the drill being banned and I'm asking you from a man who, from the outside, they would have said, these guys are killers, don't bring them nowhere, but you know, to them they're just your guys, innit? So you're on the inside and be like, no, that's just my guys, man, like, well, you know, I can control this. Like, you don't need to ban us from shows, you don't need to ban us, because I know that you could have walked in somewhere with 30 guys and had control over 30 guys, with no one getting touched and everyone being cool. You get what I'm saying? Within the industry, in and around.
Why I look at that, why I got my things deep like, because what they say about the banning, so that's what they done to us now. They lost a lot of money because of that. And that kind of damped our whole progress. That's why people say, well, what happened to you lot? They say, well, tonight we got banned. Tonight we couldn't go to no venues. They banned us, so they shut us down. So I'm saying, well, that made a lot of man go back to jail, man got disheartened. That's it, so. But see the young youths now, I'm saying to the people, they're saying to about ban, I'm saying what? See it at the shows, see at tours, is anyone getting hurt? No. Is anyone being shot at a show? Is anyone? No. There's no.
They can't do shootings if they're in studio.
At the studios, at the shows, anything, there's been no madnesses, there's been no killings, no murders, so banning the show, like, that's mad, that's nothing to do with that part, there's been no problem. So when it's one else banning I'm saying that's mad though, because the business side of it, there's been no problem. You've actually seen this has helped youths. There's some youths that I personally know that was on the streets. That was on the streets now, that are doing good stuff now. They're travelling now. I'm saying, well, like, you're taking 5 youths off the streets. That one's boss, he's taking 5 youth brethren with him. They're all doing good. They're all living.
The numbers, innit?
So I'm saying what? That happens in all the ends. That's like a good 60 youths that are off the ends doing good stuff. And if they keep doing it, they're gonna make another doors for another 70 youths come. Then it keeps getting more. So banning the youths is mad. I'll say to you, obviously there's the street side of it, and then there's gonna be people doing the badnesses with it. That's how it goes. They want to do that. They have to do with the police and prison. And that's a whole other ball game. But the business side of it, you can't ban the music. I say to you, so I'm not with the banning drill thing. I don't believe in all that banning the music thing. That's a madness. I'm saying. That's a madness banning the music. Yeah. But I always say, if I was a young you in this generation, I'll be with them. Yeah. I'm saying to you, whether I will change or not, I know.
I think that makes you understand them.
Yeah, I would have been with them. I would have been with you. I understand you because I know where I came from, and I was a lost you. Dad wasn't around. I understand that dysfunction at all. So I understand some of the youths haven't, not all dysfunctional, but the ones that I have, I understand it. I understand that anger at the world. That you hate the world, you hate everyone. So you leave front door, I hate all of you. Straight. You leave your front door in the morning and I hate everything. Yeah. The first person I see, I hate you. Yeah. I don't even know why. Yeah. I just hate you. Yeah. For being there. Yeah. I just hate you because you're in the world and the world don't treat you good and so I hate you. Yeah. Like, I understand that. I had that feeling. Yeah. So I understand why they're mad as well. Yeah. And then you drown it out with weed, with drugs, with badness, with sex and loads of girls. You drown it out. Drown out with clothes.
You're not drinking or smoke.
Don't drink or smoke.
Yeah, but I think that's
because of
for clear head, bro. Righteousness. Gangster righteousness.
I drowned myself in that from a young age. So I was drowned in that because I was under a lot of. I'm saying there was a lot of things going on in my life, struggle, everything. So I drowned it out. I'm saying I smoked on heavy, a lot of cess, and I went through the drug phase. I went through the eating at the raves. I went through the whole process. I went to the heavy drinking. I stopped it. I'm saying to you, when I started getting my head a bit more focused, I said, you know what? Yeah, there's a time when I was, I think, like 22, just before I went to jail the second time. I said, you know what? I was going to clear my head of everything. I was going to have a kind of new start. And I went to jail, and then in jail, I said, you know what? I've done all this now. Let me be a new person. It's like me and Tricky was saying, like, when I come out of jail, I put a chain on. I had a chain on. I looked in the mirror, and I felt like a twat.
Yeah, just chain.
And I thought, what the hell am I doing? I had a big chain on, you know, and I thought, what am I doing? I feel like a real twat, fam. Like, big chain on me. I was thinking, but I've done this years ago. Yeah. Like, so I felt like I was going back in time.
I sold my chain in like 2009 and I never looked back and I never felt like one again. So it's like, you can't redo it. If you ain't done it, I always say to the guys that ain't done it and are doing it, good on you. And I love it because like, I'm not trying to redo what I've done before. And it's kind of like the same thing he's talking about.
That's the same thing, and then that's when you realise. I started realising that, you know what, there's no depth in those things. It doesn't mean nothing. There's no value in that. You know, as soon as you start growing up, you start valuing other things. You start looking into things deeper. Like I value real friendship. Like, you see my friends that are real. Like when I see them, they smile. Like they're happy to see me. I'm happy. I value that. So that I've been valuing different things now. I'm saying to you, when you meet good women and you look at them and like, well, this woman's she's actually got my back. Like she doesn't want nothing from me. She just genuinely wants to see me progress. That you value that. You value different things now. I'm saying to you, and that's in business. You're grinding for your business and you're putting all your money into it. You're not making none back. Then when you do make $5 grand, you're like, I'm proud you feel. Like raw. I made $5 grand, but it came in so slow after like 6-7 months. You could have made that easy in a week, you know, but you built up something. You know, so you got your money. You look in the bank like, wow, I've done that. Like, you value that now. It's different value on it. It's different from making any quick money. You value. So when you get to your first 50 bags, you're like, wow. Wow, I done that. Like, I actually done that and I made 50 grand and I made 100 grand. And so you start going up and down. Wow, you value it. You're proud. You built something. And that's what it is. That changes from having chains and watches and the newest clothes and newest car. Everything just goes out the window when you start putting value into things. I always tell the youth that make sure you understand value, and that changes your perspective on everything. I'm saying to you, and that's why people right now they think there's value in cars and chains and going to the club and just do mad stuff. Like I've never understood, even when I was younger, when people go to the club and spend 20 bags on a table that is free to go.
Yeah, I've never done that.
So see this table.
I think I got one bottle of champagne in my whole life, and I think I went halves with a nigga. But no, one of my homies, don't talk, it's facts, bro. My homies would be like, because you see me, for one champagne bottle's at my stomach. So when I see man spending 20k, bro, like just on a bunch of bottles, I think like,
I just never got it.
I've seen man that don't drink spend 20k on a bunch of bottles, and that is something I don't get.
You know what I didn't get? You know what I'm saying? See, like this will be the table in the bar, in the club. In the daytime, it's normal, it's free. You drink orange juice on it for free. Then it goes from 5 o'clock it's free, 6 o'clock it's that 10 grand. I've never got that. I'll just say, wait there, £10,000. Yeah. Do you know that you can buy land with that money? Like, do you know you can go abroad and buy land? So you need to go that brings me on to the next topic.
Now what was that? Now that brings us on to the next topic, man.
That goes to the next topic, I'll say to you, because the place that I'm gonna, that's what I've been focusing on. I want us to do resorts for young people in the different countries like Africa, Jamaica, Brazil, where I can take them over there and they just clear their head.
Okay.
Just clear your whole new thought process, and it's no phone, no nothing, just in a new vibe. Chilled out, refocus.
You see right there, you know why that's major? Because you see certain youths, fam, they can't even think about going to the next area.
Exactly.
You understand? They're stuck in this little bubble.
Exactly.
So see, you said it, a resort, something like
exactly.
that. It's
take them out.
Well, this is why I love to speak to a guy like you, because I knew, like, even when we spoke, and I was like, there is nowhere, as I said to you, you can't go on no Instagram and hear that talk.
Yeah.
There's nowhere they can go and even hear that talk to say like, rah, my man's thinking of buying land.
Even
to bring
to know
kids
a
over
man,
there.
even to just know a man's thinking about that.
Yeah,
you get me? I remember when you come up here the other day and you said that, I was like, what? And that's that little man. I said, that's a
man. Those on there, when you can bring kids into that environment, and that's one of my main things I always had. When I needed that, I used to always think, when I come out of jail, it was too much going on. Friends dying, I was like, I come out of jail and friends dying, I got a back beef, you got to do this, you got to sell drugs, you got to do that. I'm like, what the hell? It's not a joke, fam. Like, it's just a lot. And then you're straight. I'm talking about the same day I came out.
Yes, bro.
It was
not gonna lie, I remember we had like a proper. How can I put this without you just being cool? We had a booting on the same day a man came home. A man came home. He didn't even get to go in his door, put down his bags. He had prison bags in the car. Saw something like boom, boom, boom. Man was rolling. How can you be rolling dirty on the day your homie comes out and then bam, straight to it. Straight away, bro. He ain't even got home yet.
That's what I'm saying. That thing there, I want to make sure that there's a platform that I can take you to. I can say, you know what, fam, come, pack your bags, you're good. Just get your passport, we're good. You're good. Go there, you're good. You don't need spending money, nothing, you're good there, you're good. Everything's good for you. And that's why I want to be able to have something that can bring youths into the environment. I'm saying to you, and that's more important to me. So that's why I always say to people like, Roy, spending 20 grand on drinks in a bar, fam. Invest that money and let me do something abroad with it. That's gonna be more beneficial. I'm saying to you, you're gonna save more people, you're gonna build more platforms with it. And that's where my head's at more with the young people. I think the youths need that, and they need to hear people speaking like that. They don't hear man speaking like that. Like what people say, you don't hear this man competing tomorrow. Oh, man's got this, man's got the new way. Like, bro, but you being serious.
You know what it is as well?
I mean, man's got the new team, man's got the new bro. Yeah, the big men, you know. I'm saying the way they just for real, no.
Yeah. And you feel like they're the guys who are kind of fighting against what you're doing. So you start to have a little thing of like, no, you're pissing me off in that. Because like, I'm dragging them another way, and you're like pulling them the other way. Come here, bro.
Then they're getting mad. When you start killing each other, and everyone's like, oh, we need to stop this.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's so important about what you're doing though, yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of people that's trying to do these initiatives, they ain't really lived the life. So they can't really relate to the youths. And more importantly, the youths can't relate to them and the youths can't respect them. So if, say, you're doing this and other men that have lived the way you have lived were to do this thing, they'll be trusted, you understand? So I remember if I was a young youth and you was a youth worker or something, you said, bro, we can go away to some place. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, my guys are here kind of thing. If I knew you was a guy like Jaja Soze,
it needs to come from a man.
Yeah, you get me that. You said the real. You know what Tricky said to me when we first was thinking about doing this thing, it's the realest shit you ever said to man. You said you wouldn't want to see a basketballer on Match of the Day talking about football.
Exactly.
He played basketball.
Exactly.
You understand?
I was just gonna say that point. You see where it is, yeah? Like the men who we want to see in charge, as I was talking about from the start, and I'll never go off, and that's why I was doing these things and not even bigging him up and boasting in any way, but letting people know, because a man doesn't play football for 20 years, yeah, and then commentate about basketball. What does he do? He goes straight into management to do with football. So how can a man could be on the road for like 20 years? He needs to be the best advisor for the next generation.
When I first come out of jail and noticed that we needed something that kind of like helps clear the mindset and the heads from the young people. So going abroad to resorts was like, I said, you know what, I would have loved to do that. Someone like when the elders said, you know what, come Jav, we're going to take you to like Africa for 2 months, clear your head. I would have been like, wow, that would have helped me. That opportunity, I'm saying to you. So that whole thing, I said, yeah, that's what I kind of done it for. Then when I went to Sudan now, and they took me up to the mountains, some government officials, and that they want me to build like schools and some other places, but at the time, that project, what they wanted me to do was too big. So I was like, Rod, I'm a man, I don't gas. I'm a man like Rod. I do things that I can handle. So I was like, well, right now I'm not in a position to take on a big project like that. They want me to talk about building schools and all that. I'm like, Rod, I ain't got that links and that money to kind of do that kind of infrastructure. But they were saying that the land's here anyway. I spoke to like enough of the people, and then they'll show me land for like £2,000. Big land, you know. I'm saying, what? £2,000 for the land? Bro, blew me away from him. I was like, wow. And then during my travels, I travelled loads of places, and I got to see that we're over here spending, like, a man will say to me that, see when I hear man say I spent 10 bags in the club, I'm like, fam, so I could do that. Right, that kind of upsets me though. I'm saying, fam, so I can go and build that. And it's like the man doesn't understand, you get me? He's like, yeah, fam, I squandered that, fam, standard. Like, what? I'm like, right. And man kind of told me now, and in my head, I'm like, fam, so I could be building with that. So that kind of, that mindset there is mad, and I just never understood it. And I've always said, so that's kind of my main thing, the land situation, and that's kind of when I started saying, you know what, I'm gonna do more for my community, and that's kind of how my things kind of just built into, like me just wanting to do a lot of stuff like that. Like even tomorrow I got a trip, I've done a community trip, I'm taking the whole community to Bournemouth Beach, like free. I'm saying to you, so that's tomorrow. I'm saying to you, that's for the young youths, and I said, you know what, I'm saying to you. And linked up with another company, big local in Brixton, they're another organisation, just got some money together, and boom, said, I always say, you know what, they always want to charge people. I'm saying, nah man, I'm not here to profit for that. That's what it takes. Some youths in the state can't go nowhere, they just literally can't do nothing, so I just want to be free. So free to come, boom, they can bring a five, the mum can just give them a five, you know, say, hold a five or buy some chips, get me there. It's calm. I'm saying to you, that's the levels.
But even for what you're doing, even with your studio, bro, like I know you give up your time and give youth opportunities as well. Like you get what I'm saying, to come in there and who might not have it and da 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 da. So it's very underrated that is the last of their youth clubs. You know, going to the studios like their youth club.
Exactly.
But you're in a youth club, but you're making something out of it. So it's like, and I'm talking as them. Like they're making hit records and doing these things in there, so even that is not to be underrated. These are all community-wise things that you're doing that I feel should never be underrated, bro. And I wouldn't even ever want you to think that these things go under the carpet.
I can give you a story. Imagine a man phoned me like 2 days ago. He was like, yeah, Judge, what's happening, man? You good? I was like, yeah, I'm good, man. He's like, yeah, man, like, I need that, yeah, man, I want to do something, I need to come into the studio, wherever, I could hear his voice, get me, so I'm saying, well, fam, you want free studio time? I said, well, you can chat to me, I'm like, your big brother, get me, like, yeah, fam, I'm struggling right now. I said, fam, it's not, fam, I got 2 days that are, that's what I got 2 days in my studio that we do that for. So give the man them free studio time. I'm saying to you, that's on me. I'm saying to you, because I know the struggle of the game. Sometimes you can't afford studio time, and you're coming up in the game. You get me? So that's not a problem. But that's what we need. Like, I mean, like, I'm a big brother. Fam. Don't feel away. Just ask me. That's what I'm here for. Like this is not like don't fall away. And that's what I think a lot of people they fall away to arts. I say to you, I'm saying, well, my brother, fam. Like, how can you like act to get it out of you, fam? Don't be scared to ask. Like we shouldn't be in a place where we're scared to ask each other for things.
Yeah,
we come to we're in a place right now.
100%.
We're in a place where we're scared to ask.
Yeah, 100%.
We're scared to ask each other for stuff. Like I'm saying, well, why are we scared to ask each other? Like you say to a man, like, well, ask my man, he does that. Oh, fam, man.
Because you're not dealing with. Because I would always tell you in that space you're not dealing with, and this is why I'll keep going back, bro. You need to be somewhere else. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Because in my eyes, there needs to be people like you at the top who just understand these man there. Yeah. Like there's like the miscommunication, as I said, always comes with these new guys that say yes but mean no.
Exactly.
But a true nigga is going to tell you no when it's no. Yeah. Like I asked you, yo bro, can you get down there? Nope. I got stuff to do. Can you get down there next time? Nope. I'm not coming down there because I got my use. You get what I'm saying? Can you come down there next time? Yep. Like, you get what I'm saying? Just straight, just be straight. And that's like, you get what I'm saying?
That's what it is. You have to be straight. And look, I know it is, yeah. Look, this is what another thing like always gets me mad. Everyone always up. But I'm saying, fam, I've been down. I've had to call man up to borrow money, fam. Fam, I done a business deal, it went wrong. I'm on my face, fam. Fam, borrow me, how much money can you borrow me, fam? I'm on my face, fam. And bro, how much need you? 3 grand, anything you can give me. I'm on my face, fam. I've been in that situation many times. I put in so much, and I've done business. I've done business that people don't know about. I went wrong straight away. Put money into it, flopped straight away. Lost all money. I'm like, wow, that was quick. Lost all money. So I start all again. Been in debt, all my brother's money. Like, I've been in that. I've done the whole thing, and that's what I'm saying. And I'll tell people like, wow, I've lost. And the same thing, but that's what it is. I'm not afraid to ask. I'll ask for help. And you know what, I need help on my face. I'll reach out to people. I've always been that guy that I'm not scared to reach out because how are you gonna progress? I'm saying to you, I've made mistakes. That's how I've learned. I'm saying to you, and that's what I think a lot of us. That's why a lot of people don't progress because they're too scared to make mistakes and then reach out to people. You have to make you know.
It's not a world where you're allowed to make mistakes.
That's what I'm saying to you.
No, you're not. It's no one. Everyone will profile all their wins.
That's it. No losses.
No losses.
No losses.
So because it's a joke thing to have a loss. Do you get me? Whatever sort of loss it is, I'll joke to you.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So like everyone's scared. Like bro, even that I respect it highly because we're all of us. We're always scared to say like,
all the time.
Nah, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Everyone's always win. I'm like, how? You win all the time. I'm like, wow, but you're like good, fam. I don't win all the time. I was like, bad losses, fam. So when I see man say, I'm winning, I'm like, bro, your life is good, fam.
You know, it goes back to
that's mad.
like you said, like I think that's why I respect you personally, and I know a lot of people do because you're very transparent. You feel me? You talk about your lows, your losses. A lot of men won't do that, so that's why these youths are moving how they have. They move so they feel that they have to, but they can't. You know,
they don't see losses.
They just think no matter what is going on, I just have to just be a G.
And they're feeling, and when they're feeling down, they feel like they're bums. Like, I'm a loser, I'm a bum. Because no family, you mad, that guy over there is a bum as well, but he's just pretending that he's up. That's what it is. He's a bum as well, but he's pretending that he's up. He's got the newest clothes on, but he's a bum, he's broke like you. But he's got the newest clothes on, that's what it is. That's all it is, fam. And that's what people have to realise, that it's not, everyone's not winning. How can it be a whole ends everyone's winning? Bruh. So what you're telling me, no one's losing? So where's the losers at? Where's the losers at, bro? Oh, bro, that's mad. I want to know. I can learn from the losers because the losers that they've lost. So how? Bro, I need to, bro, explain to me what happened.
It's so sick that you're even saying that because like. That's a sick saying because no one ever says that because you do need to learn from the losers. Like yeah, so where are they? Like yeah,
what happened? What happened? Why did you lose, fam?
Yeah.
What happened?
No one's ever thought of it like that.
That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I always say. That how that man's lost from what happened? And you say, hear what I've done, yeah. I don't know why I've done this. I've done this, yeah, and I've done written that. Bro, don't lie. And he's like, yeah, fam, put me back. Like I lost all 200 grand. What?
I need to not do that.
I need to not do that. Don't lie, I'm definitely doing that. But the winner, you don't learn that from the winner though. You don't learn that from the winner. That's what I'm saying to you. You need to learn that from the loser, fam. I'm saying to you, that's how when you go to a man, you're in a man's in jail, that's in a life sentence, you know. He will tell you something, he's lost, he's in jail doing life. But he will tell you some of the biggest things. He will say, listen, you air what? It's not worth it. He will tell you straight away, he's lost. He's like, fam, I've lost my wife, my kids, my business, my house. He said, what? I'm in there with Joe. Joe's an ex-heroin addict. I was with Joe. Like Joe got mentioned, made him drink tea and then smoke fags. I was with Joe. I lost. Like I literally lost. He will tell you the real. He's lost.
Bro.
He's not saying, oh, he didn't win. He didn't win. I'm saying to you, and that's what
he'll show you the win and the loss.
He said, bro, look, I lost. So this is what you need to do now. So you're gonna learn from a loss. Someone else's loss. I'm saying to you, that's what it is. Man's winning, you're chasing the winners.
But I always say that, bro, because the only way I learn, people say like, how did you even think to even try and come off the road and get that mental, bro? It's so crazy because as you say, I learned from my homies dying, my homies getting sentenced, and that's the thing that was teaching me. Like, you get what I'm saying? Them losses scaring the shit out of me. Like, no, I don't want that.
True. So the realness is, everyone that made it out, that's the case, fam. They made it off everyone else's bad example.
Yes, bro.
Your brethren that died, your brethren that got lifed off. You feel me?
Yeah.
Man, you see the mad thing. So even the winners, they've been through it, but it's man don't want to show that.
Yes, as we were saying,
that's
someone
why
shows it.
man respect you. Cause you can come on here, you can go on the thing and say, yo, it's been peak. You feel me?
Yeah, it's been peak. It's like,
well, as I said, I bought the guy in '97, and he was well into some stuff. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like young. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Young and in charge. So, like, if I'm saying that because if you come from that, if you haven't learned, and we was even clocking up today, like, bro, that's 20-something years.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? You've gone through so much, still young and fresh, and the beauty of it is that you ain't even done halfway, like say halfway 0 to 40, the next 40 to 80. You ain't even done halfway, like, you get me? But you've done so much, so the beauty of it is when you do it so early, like, you learn fast. You get me? There's man that turn bad boy from 25, like, you get what I'm saying? And I always say that's too late. When I see a man that turning bad at 22, I'm saying, bro, that's late. Like, some man will be bad from 12 and then 10 years deep in the game already. Do you get what I'm saying? On some serious badness.
What I always tell the youths, because a lot of the youths, they don't, like, see if you see a sick, this guy's a boxer, he's a sick boxer. He's been beat up. Yeah. That's why he's so good. He's how to beat. He's been rushed, he's been beat up, punched up, probably knocked out. So he understands. A man who's been knocked out or been punched up, he can fight better. He knows what it feels like. Like, I already know what it feels like to be rushed. I've been rushed. You haven't been rushed, you don't know what it feels like. So you're in a more dangerous predicament than my man. That's what I'm saying to you, and that's what people don't understand. You have to know that there's levels to this. I'm saying to you, you have to know be deep in things. So the man that's been a proper boxer will say, you know what, I've been through the rounds, I've had fights. Even a man from the road will say, yeah, I've got rushed, I got beat up. Doesn't make me a wimp. This means I've been through more, and I understand more. I understand more. Like, I got caught sleeping one day. I was in that area. I thought I was a bad man. They beat me up. I went to this area, I went to a rave, and there was bare white boys there, and I thought I was a man.
It's like no one wants to just be like, just say it. Like, you always got an excuse. We're waiting on trick cars and like my man was there. Man, just chill.
I was in Feltham. When I first went, I told everyone the story. I went to Feltham, fam. I was next door. I said, who's next door? Before I was doing, who's next door? And you said, what? Paddy, you know. Like I said, he was sitting sucking, man. I said, bro, what tomorrow? Fam, he came out, fam, he gave me the fight of my life, fam. Are you mad, fam? The screws came and I was like, so I swear down, I was fighting this Paddy, and I swear down, he gave me the fight of my life, and I think it was Swallow in Feltham. Fam, he gave me the fight of my life, bro. And that teach me a lesson. After that, I learned a lesson from that. I said, no, I got to humble myself. Fam, I went in on the breeze, like, who's next door? He wasn't doing nothing. I was reading a book.
I'm gonna lie. I've got a white that took me down in history. But now I'm about 16. I was trying to rob him, and he turned it back on me. He was like an army youth. Not gonna lie, on God.
I'm telling you.
But
and that's teaching you.
Me and him are brother friends now.
Thank you.
One of them humble niggas who'll never put me on the ground.
He teaches you. He taught you a lesson.
He taught me up.
Thank you.
He taught me up, bro.
Thank you. But that taught you a lesson.
Yeah.
He taught that teaches you a life lesson.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So when people are saying the winning route, you haven't learned anything. You haven't. You haven't been through the ropes. You have to go through the ropes. You have to go through the trenches. So you have to lose a couple scraps. You have to. If you're a shot, you have to lose.
You know, it seems like even now, like, yes, guys, no, you're allowed to.
You're allowed to.
You're supposed to. So them else that I took was.
You're alright. You're allowed to.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be speaking la now.
You flopped to work. You could sign work and flopped it. Like that's how to be, man. You took the look and you flopped it. Your trap car got kicked off. You pissed. Saying to you, telling man it's fair. It was a man. Then you got robbed. Really.
But man, you know what man will do in this day and age? Man will just shut down the ground and come back when they lit.
That's mad.
Man will just shut down the ground, bro.
And come back.
Man say, you know what, bro? I took a big L, shut it down the ground. Black picture. Come back in like 3 months' time.
Yeah. Mad. I'm saying to you,
back. And man will see you lit up again. So that's all the whole story that we own. That's all that we see in it.
And that's why I say to all the youths, I always say to them, don't be scared to lose. You can learn from that. You can learn from losing. I'm saying to you, and that makes you a winner. I'm saying to you, losing and failure makes you a winner. I'm saying to you, you learn from mistakes, and that's what makes you grow. If you never losing or not failing, how are you gonna grow? You haven't been through nothing, you're not experiencing nothing. I'm saying to you, you have to experience losses, fam. Like all the great ones tell you, you're mad, you have to experience losses, fam. It's in the music game, everything. Like this man has put out like 15, how many mixtapes, none of them pops, then they're like, Rocky, this one, do it. They do it and it pops. Say to you, they'll say to you, I took losses. All calling them like, they might be in the game for years and they bust 20 years later. Like, that's what happens in the game. It's like, this is what happens. Bro, since fast, man call this fast winning. I'm just a winner, I'll win. Bro, don't follow that mentality. That's a loser mentality, fam. That's fake. That's not real. That's fake mentality. The most men that are doing that, they like someone in their family died and they're getting like money amount from the will or something. They got like $2 grand coming in a month from their granddad's house or something, and they got like their trappers. So they're fronting.
No man's story.
No man's story. No, that's saying to you, that's why they can look at it winning so much. But there's got something behind it. You look behind it like, that's why you got the money because you got $2 grand a month coming in. It's like a job, but you're not doing a job. And puts a shot in, and that's why your life looks like you're winning. I'm saying to you, but you took a loss because your granddad worked hard to give you that. I'm saying to you, so you're not telling everyone the real story. It's got like you're a trapper. And that's what I don't rate with the man there. Like, you show
no one tells the real story.
Be real. Be real, fam. I'm saying to you, man, say one.
Because you could help the youth if you did tell the real story. Because they'll be like, oh, so you're not getting everyone every day.
Exactly.
No, I don't know we've got to go out. Like, do you know what I mean? Be honest to them. Like, so we don't have to know we've got to go out. You understand what I'm saying? But they're thinking that you do, and you're not telling them the rules, and they're just looking from the outside.
That's what it is. And that's what it's this fronting thing that I just try to get the youth to them, like, Rob, just be real to who you are. Take losses, learn from it, move on. I'm saying to you, that's what it is.
But bro, like, even to wrap up, that's what I've got from you. Like, from the start, from when I got you, like, being a little robber and being on the roads and then controlling your little crew, gang, whatever they wanted to call it, and bringing music involved and being the head of that whole situation, and then obviously getting to the part where you probably feel you can't control everyone. So then that takes you, and that takes everyone, and I understand for people to leave, and I don't look at it and be like, oh, how come he's not around my man, and how come because no one's not seeing, as you say, no one will see that brethren got 4 youths and had to move out. That one went and got 25 years. That one got 32 years. That one just broke his leg. That one's mom's got cancer, so he ain't on the road no more. Like, everyone just thinks, you see when you speak, like, he's split up with the story behind it. Bro, I love them to bits, but he's got to look after his sit down. Like, no one remembers them things there. Like, so even with that and going through the music, heading it, and when I say, I always notice, so I think other people should have noticed that doing it with a clean heart. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And doing everything from start to finish with a clean heart, from guys to Lippy's age, even knowing of you and seeing everything you do, from getting out of the game, making the transition, and everyone can see that wholeheartedly that you've been making the transition, and always like just being real. And the total fact of realness is, it doesn't come with a gun, it doesn't come with a knife. The realness has been you being real to yourself first, and that just comes on the outside to everyone else. So I'll rate you for that. If Lippy's got anything to say, do you get what I'm saying? Like, thanks for coming through.
Respect for the spreading the brothers, man. Yeah, man, like Tricky said, man, from guys my age and younger to your age, you're respected, and you get me? What we're trying to do is just get people like you seen and heard, you feel me? So,
know the rules for the culture.